all my moving. But in the meantime, check us out. I need y'all to like and subscribe because this is Titans Rossi. Oh, let's go.
What is going on, Titan Nation? I usually don't do morning shows or early shows like this, but I've been hearing a lot of stuff today, a lot of crazy rumors and a couple things from some sources and things like that. Just some crazy stuff going on today, and just wanted to make a little live show real quick and see what everybody's thinking, see where there's at. Please like and subscribe if you haven't yet. We've been breaking some news lately. It's been a lot of fun, a lot of cool things going on. So, yeah, please like and subscribe if you haven't yet. So let's just get to it. From what I've heard, today, really this morning, which is kind of a change from what we've been hearing, is the Titans. Now, this has been going back and forth, but the Titans are supposedly planning on keeping only 5 wide receivers, which is kind of strange. What we heard from James over this past week, and James has a lot of sources, is that they were going to keep 7 wide receivers. But that's not the case from what I'm hearing today, is that the Titans are only going to keep 5 wide receivers, which makes things interesting. So this is what James said the other day.
Today, in my conversations with some individuals that are within the Titans organization and my sources from around the Titans organization, they're telling me that the Titans are likely to keep 7 wide receivers this year. And this is due to a multitude of factors, one being that the Titans don't want a repeat of last year where they were really short on wide receivers because they didn't have a lot, and when receivers went down with injuries, they didn't have anybody to stick in there in the game, and they really just don't want to repeat that. The other thing is that they're going to try to get younger at the wide receiver position as opposed to taking chances on veterans who are have injury issues and things like that. They're going to try to get younger at the wide receiver position and bring them up through the system so that they know the system in and out, and get dynamic playmakers that way. And then they are also concerned about the health of the wide receiver group this year, particularly that they are concerned that there may be issues, and they don't want to. They're just kind of hedging their bets on these things, and they want players that they know can play. Those are the quotes that came to me, was that they wanted players they knew could play in their system at this time at a moment's notice.
So that was James a few days ago. He released that as far as them keeping 7 wide receivers, but the Titans might possibly keep 5 wide receivers. If that's the case, I talked about this on Twitter earlier, and here's what I think. Now, this is just my opinion. Don't crucify me over it. Everybody's on Twitter crucifying me over it. I get it. I feel the same way. But here's what I'm thinking. If the Titans keep 5 wide receivers, this is just what I think they're going to do. NWI, Burks, Bobby Trees, Phillips, and Hollister. Yes, Cody Hollister. I think they're going to keep Cody Hollister over Racey McMath. Now, you might say, what are you talking about, Titans Rossi? You're going nuts this morning. You haven't had your coffee. What is happening in Titans world? What are we doing? Yes, McMath has had a good offseason and all that, but they love them some Cody Hollister. The Titans organization loves Cody Hollister. For whatever reason, they love Cody Hollister. They love his blocking ability. He knows the playbook. He doesn't mess up in practice. He knows where he's supposed to be. They kept him last season. He's got injury issues, but, they could throw Mason Kinsey on the practice squad again. They could put Racy on the practice squad. They could put Dez on the practice squad, Roberson, and call him up when needed. Now, obviously, here at this channel and this network, we are praying and hoping that Mason Kinsey makes this team. That, you know, we're huge Mason Kinsey fans. We are, you know, we don't apologize about it. We are biased about it, but at the same time, we got to be realist, right? You know, I guess the thinking is you got your tight ends, you know, they want to rely heavily on the run game. There's a possibility that the Titans might keep 5 running backs today. I mean, that's kind of what you know, it's been going on too. I mean, they might keep 5 running backs, which is kind of crazy. You know, they haven't kept 5 running backs in a long time. So it's kind of crazy to think that way, but that's kind of what I've heard in some instances. And yeah, I mean, he won't make it. Do you mean like as far as clearing waivers or anything? Yeah, I mean, that's just what I'm thinking. I'm really thinking that they're going to keep Hollister. I just think that, I mean, Racy, look, he showed a lot of promise. He's a special teams guy, but they absolutely love Cody Hollister for whatever reason. They love Cody Hollister. Now, another topic is, are they going to keep 3 quarterbacks? You know, what do you guys think in the comments? Let me know. Are they going to keep Logan, Willis, and Tannehill? I mean, it makes sense because do they really think that Willis is ready to take on the official backup role? If Tannehill goes down, God forbid, whatever reason, are they confident with Willis's ability to come in? Because look, this team is still in the Super Bowl window. This team has potentially a top 5 defense, you know. Do they think Willis can come in, at least man the ship, not make mistakes, and lead this team to victories? Do they think he has a better ability than Logan Woodside at this point? If not, they might keep 3 quarterbacks. And only keeping 5 receivers opens up a lot of spots for other positions on the roster. Now, do I agree with this? No, of course not. I mean, look at what happened last season when all these wide receivers went down. You had Chester Rogers getting hurt. You had, what's his name? Marcus Johnson. Julio Jones wasn't in there. A.J. Brown was getting hurt. All these guys getting hurt. And if you really look at the roster this season of who they have, you got guys who potentially are injury prone. Now, I mean, Robert Woods hasn't been hurt a lot in his career. Last season was like the first season he's really been hurt. But the guy is a veteran and he's coming off a major knee surgery. And then you got guys like, let's see, if they keep Hollister, Hollister's been injured his whole career. And it's just, in Burks, we don't know where Burks is really at. Yes, we would love to see Burks, but Burks is not a starter right now. He's not going to go out there and be your number 1 or 2 guy. Your number 1 and 2 is Woods and NWI. I think Burks is going to eventually fill that role. I think it's going to take him probably 6 to 8 games to really get into it, and maybe 6 to 8 games into the season, he finally kind of makes that push to be a number 1 or number 2 guy. I think he's got the ability, but if you're in a game and look at what happened last year, I mean, you know, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting different results. You know, so if the Titans do the same thing and they have some injuries at the wide receiver position and you're playing in a game and 2 guys go down, you got 3 guys out there who are playing the whole game. It's just not realistic. I think at this point you need to keep 6. And if you keep 6, you throw Kinsey on there, you know, because you got a guy who can come in and play if if Phillips gets hurt or anything like that, you got a guy who can also come in and play the outside. You could throw a guy. Kinsey's got that ability too. So I just think keeping only 5 wide receivers is extremely hairy. You know what I mean? It's extremely hairy. Y'all let me know what you think in the comments about these wide receivers. How many would you keep? I mean, how many are you comfortable keeping, considering that, you know, we have Derrick Henry back, that we have that we have actual tight end. We have actual tight ends now, and Hooper and Chig. Also, Chig's not proven yet. I mean, I believe Chig's going to be awesome, but he's not proven yet. So, you know, what do you guys think? Is this something we can roll with? Now, I mean, the thinking probably is too from J-Rob. Well, if they go down one game, we can call up some guys the next game and things like that. But it's just I don't know. It's just things that I'm hearing, and it's concerning to me. It's very concerning to me. What's going to go on? Tighten up. Pratt said 7 wide receivers. I hope that's the case, buddy. I hope that's the case. You know, 6 don't need 5 running backs. I agree, but I've heard, now this is what I've heard, that they're thinking about keeping 5 running backs. Now, who would that be? Who are the running backs are they're going to keep? I mean, Chestnut? I don't know. I've heard Chestnut could potentially be released. You got, okay, so you got Derrick Henry, Dontrell Hilliard, Haskins. That's your 3. And then Torrey Carter is the fullback. They really like Torrey Carter. Now, I've heard that they're kind of going back and forth on whether to keep a fullback, because the fullback is only going to keep, like, the fullback's only going to play like maybe 10% of the snaps, if that, maybe 7 to 8 snaps a game. So, you know, are they thinking about keeping Trenton Cannon as a kick returner? I mean, how much do you really invest in a kick returner? They never return kicks. What you maybe get now in today's NFL because of the new rules, maybe 10 chances at a kick return during the season, 15 at the most. So can't you just put a wide receiver back there to do that? You know, Phillips or somebody like that. So it doesn't make any sense to me. So we'll see what happens. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be an interesting day, I believe. Let's get to some of your comments here. Thank you guys for tuning in. I know it's during the weekday and all that, but we got 15 in the house. So please hit like and subscribe if you haven't. So Janet Kinsey is in the building. What's important to remember is this: what the Titans turn in on roster today is only for week 1. Their positions interchange weekly. They have to turn in something by the deadline. Very true. And she makes a very good point. What they do today is just what they do today. They could always bring these guys up, and we all know the Titans love to interchange players, bring them up, bring them down. So it's very true, very true. So some of these guys who do make the practice squad could potentially see a lot of playing time this year. So she's very right. It's like, take a deep breath, even for me. Take a deep breath. And you know, Janet, of course, I'm wanting Kinsey to make this final 53 so bad. But, you know, if he makes the practice squad, he makes the practice squad. And I know Mason will do the best to make the most of his ability, because I do believe he can play in this league, and he will play in this league. He played last year. So there you go. Let's get to some of these comments here. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. You guys absolutely rock. Let's see here. Let's scroll back here. There's a lot of comments going on. Let's see here. Sorry, guys. Trying to get to these. Sin City says they're waiting till the last minute with these cuts. They always do. That's what the Titans do, right? Please not. Titans Fox. What's up, Titans Fox? He says, please not keep 3 QBs. Use the spot for depth at wide receiver. I agree. Brandon Ward said they can't keep 3 QBs if they cut Woodside. He will make it to the practice squad. Sin City says Woodside should be cut shortly. He's a waste of a roster spot. Well, I mean, do the Titans believe that? I mean, they had enough faith in Woodside last season to keep him as the backup quarterback, and that's an important position in this league. I mean, that's a super important position in this league, and he was good enough last season, according to J-Rob and Vrabel, and to make it as the backup quarterback. So obviously they still think very highly of Woodside. And let's not forget what Woodside did last preseason game. Now it was preseason, but he came in and he won the game for the Titans, which was pretty amazing what he did. I don't know if I have the video here. I thought I had the video, but maybe I don't. I don't think I do. What the crap? I thought I had it. But anyways, yeah, I mean, you know, Woodside came in, had the touchdown run, and won the game for him. So it's how much do they put into Woodside and him doing that? Does it matter? Who knows? Who knows? So we'll see what happens. They're going to wait till the last minute, probably. It'll be interesting to see for sure. Let's see. We don't apologize about it. We are biased about it. That's right, man. We don't make any apologies. Like I said, I'm a Mason Kinsey fanatic, and I'm proud of it. So doesn't matter to me what people say. Sin City says Woodside isn't going to win a game for us. Let's give Willis a shot. You know what? I mean, at this point, I do agree with you. As much as I like Logan and I think he's a great guy, I think Willis gives you the better chance to win a game. As much as I don't see us keeping three quarterbacks due to depth in positions. Let's see. Grandizer, wake up with Titans, Rossi, wakey, eggs, and bakey. Time for pancakey. Thank you, man. I appreciate all your support. You're awesome, Grandizer. Trivia, I'll tell you once the news actually drops. 6 wide receivers. We don't need 5 running backs. We have Henry. I agree with you. If we keep a 5th, it would be Cannon for punt returner. Well, I think they're sold on Phillips being a punt returner. I think they're sold on Phillips being a punt returner. So, I mean, maybe it's a kick returner, possibly. Something like that. Sorry, somebody send me a text. I got to send it real quick. Anyways, Brandon Ward said all you need is Triple H, Henry, Hillard, and Haskins. I like it. I like that. I believe that too. They'll definitely keep Carter. He's a versatile piece, like a poor man's Jessic. Jessic, is that how you say that? Fullbacks matter. You need a guy to get those tough short yards. Always a good time to use a fullback. Yeah, I agree, but I mean, what are they thinking though? Can you put in Hooper? Can you put in Swain to kind of do that just for a play here and there? Less than 4 hours before the deadline. Yeah, so 3 p.m. Central Time. So yeah, here we go. Good point, Mrs. Kinsey. Roster's super fluid. Yes, sir. Thanks, Rossi and Sin City. Blocksville, what's up, Blocksville? He says, cut Woodside for Chestnut for any wide receiver, but Kinsey is the closest wide receiver to Phillips, and he's doing punt returns. And being the slot, he has a high chance of being injured. Kinsey can. Step right in. The sad thing is, if they cut Kinsey, probably won't make it to the practice squad. Atlanta would probably pick him up. Well, I mean, if Atlanta picks him up, then, he'd have a good opportunity there too, but I'm hoping he stays with us. Unless he finds his way onto an active roster somewhere, then by all means, I mean, go do your thing, So, yeah, go do your thing as far as that is concerned. Janet says, for undrafted free agents without film and without any clout, being on a practice squad is going to any unfamiliar team, then getting cut. Yeah, I agree with you there. They know him in Tennessee. They like him. I mean, J-Rob said that last week about him, about how nobody outworks him. So I agree. 100%. Atlanta would definitely pick him up. I think Atlanta would pick Logan Woodside up because Logan Woodside and Arthur Smith are really good friends. Titans Rossi, your comments on the trade for Dennis Daly, you like or no? I like it. I mean, it's a depth piece. I think it's better than anything else we had at the backup position. It'll be interesting to see what they do with who's the guard that they brought in from Seattle. Man, I'm drawing blanks. What's his name? Jamarco Jones. Apparently they haven't been too impressed with him, so it'll be interesting to see what they do with Jamarco there. So we'll see what happens there. The defense is looking good. Now you got some guys on the bubble. Theo Jackson. It looks like Theo's going to make it because Adrian Colbert got released, unless Lonnie Johnson comes in and make it. And they picked up Ugo Amadi, which was a good pickup. AJ Moore could be on the chopping block. Will Kalu make it again? Kalu is a special teams beast, so I imagine he will make it. The backup middle linebacker position is looking kind of rough. Monty Rice has been injured. He's been out. Could Monty Rice be a potential cut today? Just because of it, it depends on how bad his injury is. Could he be cut, put on IR? We'll see what happens. Now, the middle linebacker, the depth there is a little concerning. You got Gibbons, who's had a heck of a preseason, and you got Chance Campbell. So that's an interesting thing as well. Now, they were pretty high on DeMarcus Walker, one of the backups. You got Naquan Jones, Kevin Strong, as far as that going. And what's up with Elijah Molden? I think he came back to practice. So they got some issues. They got some things to work out today, and it'll be interesting to see what happens. It'll be interesting to see. Let's see what else we got here from you guys. You guys are awesome. I appreciate it. We know all the help we can get at O-line. Jamarco Jones, yep. Dennis Daly was a horrible trade in PFF terms. He barely above ratings at the same. I had a guy comment on my Twitter about Daly, and he was a Panthers fan, and he said, have fun with Daly. Apparently, they didn't really like him there, but I mean, you're not looking for a starter; you're looking for depth. So, as a depth piece, is he good enough? Is he good enough for a 5th round pick? Is the question. So apparently they think he is. Titans Rossi, my Panthers content creator, said it's a contract year for Daly and he don't fit their offense. They had to move on and risk of cutting him. So there you go. Kent Woods is in the building. What's up, Kent Woods? It's been so long, man. I'm so glad you popped in, man. He said, "What's up, Titan Ross? Doesn't matter who the Titans keep. They aren't going to win a Super Bowl. I hate to be." So Kent Woods is still very upset about last season. So I don't blame you, my friend. Give me a call sometime, Kent. Panthers may have turned that O-line around in 1 year. Is the Panthers like pretty much the same as ours? I don't think so because they use McCaffrey in a different way. I mean, he's kind of a receiving back, scat back, running back. So yeah, it's a little different scheme than ours as far as that goes. I believe. Look, I don't pretend to be an X's and O's guys. There's a lot of terms I don't even know about the game of football. So I'm just a fan. At the end of the day, I'm a fan like you guys. But I think I do know a little bit here and there, but doesn't seem like it's the same. I don't know. Brandon Ward, Titans run his own scheme and Panthers do not. So there you go. Thank you, Brandon. This was a similar point in the season when we picked up Dennis Kelly. Never know how these guys fit in. Yep. let's see. Titans Rossi, can you post the Titans cuts up on the screen with you? There's not really any cuts at this point. The only people they cut as of yesterday was Brett Kern, which you heard that first on the Titan Upload Network. I did beat the famous, the infamous Adam Schefter, as you can see. Let's take your comments so you can see. So I did beat him yesterday. Titans released Brett Kern per one of my sources. Ryan Stonehouse will be, that was at 9:31. Adam Schefter came with it down the pike at 9:53. So you heard that first on the Titan Upload Network. So give us some props on that. Nobody else did online or anything. So, but yeah, that's the type of content you get here sometimes. Every now and then we're throwing a bone. The dog's going crazy out here. Hey, shut up. Anyways, every now and then we get a bone thrown to us and we get to release it. So that was our bone yesterday. Maybe we'll get some more today. We'll see. Our buddy James always comes through in the clutch. So you guys give him a follow, Titans for Life. He's got some sources, and every now and then he'll throw us a bone and say, hey man, run with it. So we appreciate you, James. You're awesome, man. You're a heck of an addition to this network. Titan says, I have a clue. Yeah, shoot, man. Give me your question. I'll answer it for you. Blocksville says, I figured they had Baker Mayfield and they were going to run the ball just like us in Cleveland. Possibly. I'm excited about Baker and his opportunity with Carolina. I hope he goes in there and does good. You know, they got three quarterbacks. They got Matt Corral, Baker, and what's his name from New York. Man, I'm drawing blanks today. Maybe I'm not officially woken up yet. Who is the guy that came from New York last year to Darnold, Sam Darnold. So they got three quarterbacks, and that's pretty heavy competition. But I hope Baker does all right, man. I actually kind of like Baker, so we'll see what he does. Cue the applause for the Titans Rossi and the dogs barking. Yeah, I know. He's going nuts out here for whatever reason. Owen here from Twitter, always tagging posts. Hey Owen, what's up, man? Thanks for showing up, man. 13-4 Titans. I hope you're right, buddy. Do you think Dez will make the roster instead of Mason Kinsey? I don't. I don't think Dez is going to make the roster at all. I think, we were talking about this before, but Titans only keeping 5 wide receivers. That's what I've heard, that they might only keep 5 wide receivers. Now, that doesn't mean, like Janet said before, that doesn't mean that Kinsey won't have his opportunity. That doesn't mean that he can't come in and, do some things for us. He could very well be called up, be called up soon and all that stuff. So, as far as after the season starts, they might want to do something like see if they can come in and see if they can come in after the first game, see who does good the first game, see what happens, and then the second game pull some other people up and put some other people down, just to see what happens there. I was trying to find these videos, guys. Sorry, I'm a little off. I was trying to find some of these videos that I had from the game. Here we go, from the Cards game. Yeah, let me see if I can load some of these real quick, because I want to show some of these videos from the Cards game that I took, because they're pretty awesome, and I think they're awesome. But yeah, it's going to be interesting what they do, to see what they do for the season. Will they keep 3 quarterbacks? Will they keep 5 receivers? Will they keep 5 running backs? It'll be interesting to see all this stuff and what they do. So I thought Kinsey did a heck of a job last I thought he did a heck of a job last game at punt returner. He had like a 12-yard return, made a guy miss. He also made a guy miss on the on a pass by Malik Willis. I think he made a guy miss, so he did well. It's not like he didn't do anything last game. I mean, the wide receivers as a whole all preseason really didn't do anything. So I mean, it's they didn't do much at all during the whole preseason. Now I had a video of Racy missing that thing, but I don't, or no, of Dez missing that pass, but I don't know where it's at. That's how it goes sometimes. But this was the winning TD by Woodside. I was at the game. Listen to the fan reaction. It was so cool. So that was the fan reaction of, Logan Woodside winning the game. So that was pretty cool. I thought that was awesome. Kinsey made the best of his opportunities as usual. I agree. McMath, Kinsey, Hollister all toss up for the 5th spot. They may keep them all. We'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. Dolphins cut Solomon Kinley, 2024th round pick. He's a good run blocker, but poor pass. Wonder if the Titans can develop him. Yeah, maybe. I mean, they like project guys like that, so we'll see what happens there. Let's see what else we got here, guys. We won't go too much longer. Got some stuff I got to do today before work, but I appreciate you guys tuning in. Means a lot to me. Means a lot to this channel, this network. So, like and subscribe if you can. Let's get as many likes as we can today. I know it's not going to be a whole lot, but if you could back out the chat real quick, boom, hit the like button. It would be much appreciated. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. We've been releasing a lot of content. We're going to keep releasing content. Follow me on Twitter, at Titans Rossi on Twitter. Got a big following on there. If you want breaking news, things like that, that's where I'm going to release it most of the times. Most of the time just because it's quick and it's easy. And it gets out to a lot of people. We've almost hit 3,000 followers on Twitter. So that's pretty freaking amazing. So let me see. Oh, yeah. Got some cool news today. Source tells me that Kern is literally already on the plane to Buffalo. Apparently, the Titans contacted Buffalo just to do Kern a solid. So Kern is literally, from what I heard, was on the tarmac ready to board a flight to Buffalo. So makes sense. They need a punter. Kern's an incredible punter, still has amazing ability. I don't want to see him go to an AFC team, but he deserves a chance. I mean, he deserves a shot to be on a great team. The dude is put in so much work for the Titans. He has been here through every head coach we've had in the past, 15 years or however long he's been here. So he's been here through the ups and the downs. So I hope Kern gets the best team possible as far as that goes. Let's see. Jose Requiem. Greetings from Mexico. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for tuning in. I know I do have some fans from Mexico, which is freaking awesome. That's what I love about YouTube, is anybody in the world can just log on and click on my video and watch it. So that's pretty cool, man. Sending love y'all's way too, and tighten up. A lot of Titans fans in Mexico because of the past Houston, them being the Oilers. So pretty cool. Bill Kerr, hi all. What's up, Bill? Thanks for tuning in, my friend. So let's see what else we got. We'll go about 5 more minutes here, guys. Thank y'all for tuning in. Let's ask these questions. So, who is your surprise player that will make the team? Let me know in the comment. Kind of 1 or 2 surprise players that you have that will make the team that that the masses think won't make it. So let me know in the comments. I'll give you mine. obviously, one is Mason Kinsey. I think he will. I think he could possibly make the team. And another one, I would say, that's a tough one. Maybe the backup linebacker, what's his name? Jack Higgins. I think he could possibly make the team. What's his name? Gibbons. I think he could be a surprise guy just because of the depth issues there. So let me know in the comments who you guys think. Just a surprise player or a player that you want to see make the team, whether that's Chestnut, Gibbons, Theo Jackson, all those guys. Sin City says Anini, David Anini. Who is he? Is he the guy that's oh yeah, the linebacker? Yeah, he had a good preseason. He could possibly make it too. Have y'all been watching what's the show on HBO? Hard Knocks. There's that Rodrigo guy, the backup linebacker. Well, apparently he's gonna start. He's like a 5th round pick. That dude's exciting to watch, man. He's exciting to watch. Let's see. In some of still pictures, Woodside was yelling, looking forward, either Malek or Vrabes looking like, yeah, you can't do that without me after scoring that TD. I'm sure he was proud of it, man. Oh yeah, Joe Jones, dude. Joe Jones is a guy. Yeah, I think he's pretty much a lock at this point. They love Joe Jones. Joe Stinking Jones. Kalu, yeah, I mean, Kalu could be a guy. He's a special teams guy. He plays special teams. That's how he's carved his niche out. This season or last season, he blocked a field goal. I want to say he's blocked a couple field goals in his career, if I'm not mistaken. So let's go to this one. Who is your surprise players that will be cut today? So any surprise players that you might think are cut today? Now, I'm going to say this, and you can take it with a grain of salt. I think McMath, I don't think he's necessarily, I think he's going to be cut maybe and put on the practice squad. That's just what I'm saying. I don't know if it's, injury issues or anything else like that, but I think that he's going to be a surprise player that might slip to the practice squad. Other guys who could possibly be cut that are a surprise to me, Jamarco Jones might be one of those guys. Who else? I don't think Jordan Ruse is going to make it. I don't know. They're not happy with their backup offensive line play. So yeah, I guess those 3 guys for me. But let me know what y'all think in the comments. Who's going to be your surprise? Man, I can't talk today. Surprise player that could possibly be cut today. What's up, Hernandez? How you doing, buddy? Radens, that's a good one. That's a very good one. I don't think they're going to cut Radens just because he was a 2nd round pick. I think you got to give him more time because, look, they brought in Radens. He wasn't a right tackle. He was never a right tackle in college. He was always played on the left side. I mean, you bring in a guy and you expect him just to completely change positions. I mean, come on, give the guy a shot, whether it's left guard, left tackle. He played awesome against last year against the Niners. He practically shut down Bosa. I mean, come on. I mean, the guy's got to have some talent to shut down a player like Bosa on the left side. He just doesn't know the right tackle position. Let's see. And no, they love Jeff Swaim, and he's their 3rd tight end. Swaim's not a bad player. He's a good blocker. I don't think so. But we'll see. You never know. Racing may have to be picked up in media. Yeah, I mean, he could be. You're right. Titans Rossi needs that tighten up coffee. Yeah, I might need some coffee. But anyways, guys, we're gonna shut it down. I do appreciate you guys tuning in today. we will be, if I hear anything, I'll release it on Twitter first thing. It's going to be exciting to see who they do tomorrow night. We got a great show lined up. We're going to go through the roster. So we're going to have Titan Anderson and Titans for Life on the show, probably about 9 p.m. Central Time, 8:30 p.m. Central Time. So that's going to be awesome. We'll have all the graphics on the screen, who made it, what quarterbacks, blah, 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 every position. It's going to be a lot of fun. So you guys please tune in tomorrow night. Sin City says, thanks for the stream. Yeah, dude. Thank you too. Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for always being an awesome friend. Laurel Murchison didn't have a good preseason. Cannon could be a guy. Have a good day, Titans Rossi, and everybody watching. You too, Grandizer. And we will end on that comment. Thank you guys. Thank you so much for your support and tuning in. You guys absolutely rock, and I appreciate it. Let's go. Let's see what happens today. What does J-Rob have up his sleeve?